Greetings, Stevie P here. So we are at Gongaga. This is the first time that you get to Gongaga. So it's in Chapter 9. The planet stirs, and it's when we get the chance to fight Kujata. If you just want to see the fight, I'll put the timestamp as to where that is, and you can just have a look at that. But let me show you the actual setup and who we're going to be using. So we're actually going to be using, it's going to be Aerith and Tifa and Red. They are going to be our heroes for this particular fight. So first off, I'll just show you the equipment. So the main thing that you want to know with Aerith is anything that can get the ATB up. That's the goal. So I have given her this ATB charge rate up, so she gets 10% every time when performing actions. And also I found a couple of these whistle wind scarves, so I've given her one, and that basically just fills the ATB gauge a bit at the start. So the start is the bit where it's really crucial that she has ATB, but also Red as well. So I've also given him the whistle wind scarf. And in terms of the weapon for him, Enduring Vengeance, really valuable, because basically the better the vengeance gauge is when you first activate it, the more likely you are to finish the battle quickly. So that's in terms of the actual equipment. So I'll show you what I've got set up for the materia. So starting with Aerith, empowerment isn't too important, but first strike is very much important. I've given her a couple of MP ups, reaching the max of MP up by 30%. And then I've given her wind, fire, and ice. If you've got max, that is really essential. Hopefully, if by this point you will have one of each of these at max level. If not, then what you can do is pair, say whichever one you don't have, with level boost materia, which hopefully you have, to get it up to max level. If you can't get them all up to max level, it's not the end of the world. There is a version of this guide where you use the level 2 versions of the spells instead. But ideally you want the level 3 versions, and then I've given her an ATB boost, again, because ATB is really important at the start. So that's Aerith. Onto Tifa, a whole bunch of lockups, and that's because she is our main damage dealer. I mean, so often when you're battling these guys at full power, you just need Tifa, because your only real opportunity to do serious damage is when they're staggered. So Tifa is brilliant for that. Bunch of luck ups, strength up as well, same reason, just kind of make her strong. Empowerment as well, put bravery on her and her damage increases by 33% or something like that. So it's a significant boost, not to be overlooked. And then magnify with time is useful but not essential, just because then she can hasten everyone up. But Red can do that too. Which you'll see during the fight. So then with Red, I've put Wind with Elemental, because this guy, he switches between 3 elements: Thunder, Ice, and Fire. And so really, if you've got Wind to Elemental, you'll do extra damage when he's using his Thunder affiliation. So Wind with Elemental, not essential, but useful. Precision Defense, not too essential either, but these two are useful with the HP up there. Prayer, you're not going to need it for the healing, but actually to build up synergy more than anything else. And then ATB boost, because at the start that's very important for him. Limit Siphon, you sometimes need that. Actually, in the version of the fight, which is just the fight, I have to use it. So you can see where that comes in handy. And Revival, that's just not essential at all, but just happens to be there in this build. So there you go. That is the setup. I'll get on now and show you the actual fight. Right, so as I say, this is fighting Kujata on full power, and your team's going to be Red. You want him to be the leader, but actually at the start of the battle, we're going to jump over to Aerith straight away. Sounds counterintuitive, but it's just because at the start, he'll attack whoever is your leader, and we want him to attack Red to start with, but we're going to jump straight over to Aerith, and then what we're going to do... And by the way, just notice there that concentration has activated on Tifa. That's because she's got her Kaiser Knuckles equipped, which gives her a chance for that. And that is actually very useful. Not essential, but very useful. Now, with Aerith, we're just going to run to the edge and then pop down an Arcane Ward. So that's where we're going to start. Now, this guy's going to charge at her. I'm just going to jump over to Red quickly, and zip her over using Iron Defense just so that she doesn't take any kind of hit. And she's going to continue attacking for a little bit. Soon as she's got 1 ATB, we're going to give her 2 ATB by doubling it using ATB boost. And now we'll just zip her back to the ward. And now we'll go over to Red. He's already got some charge on his gauge, which is really good. Soon as he's got 1 ATB, give him the boost, so then now he's got 2 ATB as well. So that's always going to pretty much be the same. Now you see him roaring. He's summoning a crystal. You can see there in the corner is this fire crystal. So that tells you which element he's about to shift into. This part, you got to do a lot of things at once. Firstly, activate his vengeance mode, and then do supernatural fervor. So you got to do this very quickly. Now, as soon as Kujata's horns are down, so he starts to roar, you see the thing appear, and then his horns go down. So I'm going to do supernatural fervor, jump back to Aerith, put her in the ward, and as soon as the horns are down, you want to do the spell that he's going to be weak to. So as soon as he runs into that crystal, he's going to become basically a fire elemental. So we want to hit him with Blizzaga. So this bit you got to do lots at once, but with a little bit of practice, you'll get there. Gonna quickly jump over to Tifa, just do 1 punch, and I'm gonna give her bravery right now. So if concentration ward hadn't activated, if a concentration hadn't activated, we'd be using unbridled strength instead, because we want her on chi level 2, but she's already on chi level 2 because of concentration. So we shall simply give her bravery, which will be really useful. Now you want to jump over to Red and go right up to him using Wild Charge. So Wild Charge is a synergy skill that he's got with Tifa. Now him and Tifa are right here, and he's got a Blizzaga heading over to him. Try and dodge out of the way if he starts to do an attack like Blazing Horn, but meanwhile he is going to get hit by Blizzaga because we're both right here. And 2 of them, because they were fired from the Arcane Ward. Now, if you don't have the level 3 version of the spell, what you'd have to do with Aerith is do 2 lots of the level 2 spell, which is for Blizzaraz. So it's still doable, but it's just a bit trickier to pull off. Now he's pressured, and this is where the wonder of Red 13 comes in, because look how much pressure he just adds on there by simply attacking. Watch out when he attacks, try and block or dodge. Get out of the way. Thunderous Stomp, you just want to dodge out of the way so he doesn't hit you, and use Wild Charge to keep on getting back close to him. I'm going to get hit by that, but it's not the end of the world. Now he is no longer in vengeance mode, but you can see how close he is to being staggered, and there you go, he's staggered. And that's all thanks to Red. He's the only one other than Kate Sith that adds a lot of pressure through just normal attacking, especially if he's in vengeance mode. And so that makes him perfect for this particular fight. Right, so now that he's staggered, we just want to build up his synergy. And so I'm going to use Prey. Not because we need to so much as it builds up the synergy. And then I'm going to go over to Tifa, who's in the air. And I want to show you something pretty cool about this that I didn't realize before. If you activate her special ability and she's on Chi level 2, she'll do Omni Strike, but do it again and then she does this punch on the ground. Did you see that? That brings her down quickly, but you have to just activate her special ability twice to bring her to the ground, then Unbridled Strength, Omni Strike, and you're just going to kind of cycle between these as usual. And because of Bravery, she's doing a heck of a lot of damage there, which is great. I mean, that's nearly half his health gone. And now we're going to do this. Because both her and Red have enough synergy, they're going to do Bestial Barrage, and they're all hastened up because we did Supernal Fervor. I think that's the name of the move with Red, which has given them all haste. You can only do that when he is in Vengeance mode, by the way. We did that earlier on. So, we're going to use Bestial Barrage against Kujata. Go over now to Aerith. And simply attack, attack, attack until she has got 2 ATB, because we're going to be ready to do this again, because you need 2 ATB to use the level 3 version of whatever spell. Now, Here's a crucial part. Red doesn't have anything on his vengeance mode. He has no charge on his vengeance, so we really want him to get attacked, which he just did, which is perfect. So we're not going to activate it just yet. We're going to activate it as soon as he roars, which I think he's about to do. There you go. So he's roaring. Now just have a quick look. So that is the lightning crystal that he summoned, which means that it's wind that he's going to be susceptible to. So I'm going to quickly use Supernal Fervor, which we can because we've just activated vengeance mode. And that will give them all haste again. Going to go back to Aerith. Thankfully she's in her ward. You need to do this quickly. If she's out of her ward, you need to teleport her to it using her ward shift, which is her unique ability. So now as soon as his horns go down, which they are now, then you want to use the spell that he's going to be hit by, which will be susceptible to. So Aeroga. So select that right now. Then go over to red. And same as before, what we're going to do is, once he's there, we're going to use Wild Charge to immediately get him as close as possible. And the wonderful thing is, if you time it right, he was just about to use Crackling Horn, but he got interrupted by Aeroga, which is fantastic. So now we just start attacking, and we're going to build up the pressure like crazy. It's very, very good, and he's going to be staggered in no time. Okay, now this is the second stagger. Occasionally, you've been that efficient that you won't actually have his limit break available. And if that happens, that's why it's useful to have limit siphon, and then you can get his limit break off. And the useful thing about that is actually that it puts him, if you've done, you've used the synergy ability Bestial Barrage, so then it will be his level 2 limit, which actually fills his vengeance mode. But I think we're probably going to kill him now, so I'm not going to bother with any of that. What we will do is, I'll use Howling Moon and go over to Tifa. And pretty much this should be it now. What I'll do is I'll also just get, this is just because it's kind of the right thing to do, is get him to use Prey or something just so that he has those synergy points. Now occasionally, if you've not been able to stagger him the first time around, you won't be able to finish him off as quickly, and you'll need to go around to the sort of the third round. The way Kujata works is he'll go into 3 of his different elemental statuses. So it's either wind, thunder, or ice. Once he's done all 3, he'll use his ultimate, which will completely wipe your party. So occasionally, like we managed to do it there in only 2. If you don't manage to stagger him one time around, you've got a whole other round to go to be able to stagger him, and this strategy should basically work every time. Hope that makes sense. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I'll now just show you the fight without any commentary.
You're up.
I'll take care of him. Let's get serious. Maybe this'll do the trick.